Manchester United started the season to a winning start yesterday. They won in a pre-season match against Leeds United by 2-0. It was largely the youth team playing, but we got some cameo appearances from some of the senior players at Manchester United. We also got to see a first glimpse of the new signing Mason Mount in the United shirt. I don't know about you, but it was weird seeing Mount in a red shirt of Manchester United. It would be like seeing Rashford in a Chelsea shirt. It's really hard to comprehend. But on the positive, Mount looks like he's really happy to be at United, and I'm sure everyone at United is going to show him lots of love coming this season, and I'm sure he's going to be really good for United as that playmaking midfield player. I feel it's pointless reviewing the pre-season and going into depth about the games as they mean nothing when the season starts. I remember a few seasons back we had a crazy pre-season in the US, beating teams like Barca, Real Madrid and a host of other top teams. Then we came back and flapped the whole season. Every pre-season, even the last one, we started talking about Zidane, Iqbal, Savage, Hannibal, all these players that are going to light up our season and become huge stars in the next season. But nothing actually comes of it. I mean, look, we've already sold Zidane, Iqbal. I still remember the pre-season king, the master of all pre-seasons, Andre Pereira. This guy would play like a young Zidane or a Hullet man in pre-season, but when it come into the season, this guy would be like nobody else we'd seen. He'd just flap it. He wouldn't do anything for United. I have to take pre-season with a huge pinch of salt, and for me, it's more about just getting the players fit and ready for the season coming. Moving on. I brought the news yesterday that Sheikh Yassin was thinking about buying another Premier League club after he felt like the Glazers had snubbed his offer for £6 billion. And I was surprised that no one else in the mainstream media had reported on this news. I actually began to panic, thinking maybe my source for this news was a bit weak. But lo and behold, all the headlines today in the Mirror, Telegraph and in other newspapers are all reporting on this same story, that the Qataris are now eyeing up buying another club in the Premier League because the Glazers have not moved on the sale fast enough. And it wouldn't surprise me because £6 billion could buy you so many clubs. £6 billion, I think, could buy you any club you want. And it's only the Glazers who are literally rejecting this kind of money because the Glazers believe that they'll be getting more money out of Manchester United in the future. Now, I told myself I'm not going to be talking about the takeover today and I'll focus on transfer news only, as it's clear to me that the delay in the takeover could spell trouble for most United fans. I'm hoping that somehow it turns around and the Glazers sell and leave. But right now, I have no information from anyone suggesting an imminent sale by the Glazers. Look, I accept it's not like selling a packet of sweets. There's lots of due diligence involved in the sale of such an entity. It's huge. It's a big club. There's lots of contracts. There's lots of commercial dealings that need to be looked into before a sale can take place. I accept that, and I am the one who's been saying this. In previous weeks, I have been telling everybody, look, it's not a simple process. The sale will take a long time, and we need to all be patient. Let's not rush the thing. It is the Qataris who are in pole position and they will get the club, but it's going to take time and the legalities of it are going to take time. But I must admit, I'm getting a bit worried. I'm getting worried because we're not hearing anything coming out from the Glazers or their agents to say that the process is moving forward. It just needs to be one line. It just needs to be one liner saying the process is ongoing, the process is moving forward, we are still looking to sell. That's all. But let's watch this space. Hopefully we get some news on the takeover soon. Now, before I forget, which I do every video, I would like to thank the hundreds of you that have subscribed in the past week to the channel and shown your support to the channel. I'm really humbled by it all and all your messages of support, and of course I will continue doing my best to provide you with more and more content each and every day. But huge thank you to all of you out there. Now, let's take a look at this Onana deal. Panic has been setting in by many fans, and there's loads of news agencies trying to add to the whole panic, suggesting that the deal could be off. What I've said to you from the beginning is United and Inter are 100% keen on doing this deal and are wishing to progress things further. Right now, 90% has been agreed by both sides, so it's just a matter of time the other 10% is agreed upon and we get some movement on this. I'm not worried about this, and I'm hoping that you guys can also relax, as I think it's just a formality, this one. One thing we did notice last night in the pre-season friendly against Leeds United is that we're missing a striker. Yes, we have no one in our reserves or the youngsters that can step in. We're aware that Manchester United have contacted Rasmus Hojlund and are waiting for the Onana deal to get through, and then they'll move on to signing Rasmus Hojlund. But we are hearing that Atlanta are asking for £85 million for Rasmus Hojlund. That is excessive, and Man United have gone back saying that this is excessive and they're not prepared to pay this. So this could be a total deal breaker, because Atlanta have just come out with a huge asking price. This was not what was discussed previously between Atlanta and Man United, but Atlanta are doing what a lot of clubs do to Manchester United, and they are just seeing the desperation of Man United needing a striker, and they've upped their price to 85 million. That is a no-go area. Rasmus Hojlund looks like it's off unless Atlanta reduce that figure of 85 million. I think United are going to be in really deep trouble now. They're going to have to go looking for somebody else, because this Rasmus Hojlund, Atlanta are playing silly buggers. They are essentially going to shaft Man United for not having a striker, not having a backup plan. This looks like a huge problem for Ten Hag and his team. We will have to wait and see. I'll bring you further breaking news on this, but right now, as we're hearing it, it looks like the Rasmus Hojlund deal has taken a huge turn. Now, there's been talk overnight that Man United have reached out to the representatives of João Felix. This would be an interesting move. João Felix is a top player, but I am worried. I'm worried because I'm thinking, is this guy cut out for the Premier League? I don't think he is. I think he's not got the physicality to cope in the Premier League. We need a different kind of striker. If I had a choice of all the strikers out there, Osimhen would be my number one choice. He's big, he's strong, he's fast, and a clinical finisher. A complete striker in my opinion. And if not Osimhen, I think it has to be Kane. Harry Kane is a secondary option to Osimhen if I had a blank check and could sign any of these players out there. But obviously it's not that easy, and there's also the issue of the player wanting to come to United. They may not want to be at United, although Osimhen has stipulated that he would either move to Real Madrid or Man United. Let me know what you think. Who would you take as a striker? Don't be shy. Type your comments below. Have your say about this. You have the right to be part of this discussion as a Man United fan. Let me know what you think in the comments below as to what striker we should be signing right now. Do you think Hojlund is enough? Do you think we need another striker as well as Hojlund? What do you do? Who do you go for? João Felix, do you think he's the perfect player to be bringing in right now? An update on the transfers out. We still do not have any player leaving right now from the transfer out list, but we have started hearing names getting mentioned and linked to other clubs. We're hearing Anthony Elanga to Everton might be a possibility, but nothing more. Although overnight I've heard Saudis are raiding Liverpool. It looks like the Saudis are going after most of the players that Liverpool have that are on the transfer out list. We are seriously lacking on this issue. We need to get on this train. We need to get someone from the Man United sales department to call the Saudis, start offering our transfer out list players. We need to make our money back. I mean, just think about what we've paid for Maguire and Sancho alone. Look, don't get me wrong, I don't like hating on players, but they are not in Ten Hag's long-term plans, and we need to start moving them on for at least some kind of money. I sometimes hear fans backing players and becoming loyal to certain players no matter what, but let me set my stall out for you all. I'm loyal to the club, and that's all. Everything is United. No one is bigger than the club. No player, no manager, no owner. I will keep that approach, as I feel you cannot fail with this. We've all seen it. We've seen for many years managers, players, owners come and go. Hopefully these owners will come and go as well. But the club is there ever present. So when I am wanting the club to sell players, I don't have anything personal against players like Maguire, McTominay, Fred or Martial or Sancho. Look, I wish them the best of luck and I thank them for what they have done for Man United in the time that they've been here. But I just want United to recoup the money that they've spent on these players, and I just want United to get that money and now be able to go out there and buy someone who's actually going to be in Ten Hag's long-term plans. And I can hear some of you now sat there saying, yeah, but any money that we save, it's going to benefit the Glazers. But look, right now we need a player to come in and play for Man United. We need some strikers. We need decent players to come in. Yes, it might benefit the Glazers in the short term, but look, we need to be thinking of the bigger picture for what Man United are going to be doing, and hopefully we'll see the back of the Glazers by the start of the season. Anyway, guys, that is it for today's show. Hit that like button and subscribe to our ever-growing channel. Till next time, goodbye.